Alive, 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 alive.
Hey,
Hey, say wallahi. That's what I sound like I'm saying, don't I?
say wallahi.
When I'm like, wallahi, wallahi, wallahi.
That's a good meme. But I'd forgotten about until just now.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the PressXtoTrade podcast, everyone.
Oh,
My name is Sachin. I am the creator of PressX, and this is Tom, lead content creator. PressXtoTrade podcast, aka the PressX podcast. Welcome, welcome. Here to talk about gaming news.
What is that?
What?
The PressXtoTrade podcast, aka the PressX podcast.
Yeah, aka PressX podcast.
Yeah.
AKA
That's like saying, hey, my name's Thomas Christopher Hart, aka Tom Hart.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. So I got to say.
It's like, Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, so we're here to talk about gaming news, current events, or just things that we love about gaming, and sort of create discussion and involve ourselves with the gaming community here on Twitch and other platforms. As you can see below. But anyway, welcome Tom. What's up, man?
So,
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm ready to go. I've been playing Pokemon Go, unsurprisingly.
Again, unsurprisingly, all the time.
I'm feeling fit. I'm feeling healthy-ish.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm power walking. Fucking
Can you ride your bike and play
Big
Pokemon
things.
Go?
I mean, I can. It's something I'm physically capable of.
You have to be watching.
That's a bit
You have to be like watching the road and
Yeah.
holding one bar and holding the phone.
That's exactly right.
And not going too fast to trigger
Yeah.
the speed limit. thing.
Exactly. That's because
So-
like when you go too fast, nothing happens. Like you can't spin Pokestops. Pokemon don't spawn. Like shit just goes
Yeah.
wrong. Like
It does
when
actually tell you, doesn't it? It says you're going too
Yeah,
fast. Yeah.
I'm not the kind of poos that cycles on pavements. Like if you do that, you're a poos. You heard it here first. Probably didn't hear it.
Well,
first,
you're
actually.
not
Just
really.
before
It's
somebody
just
occurred.
you're not supposed to. cycle
Unless
on
you're
the
a
pavement.
child, then if you're
Oh.
cycling on the pavement, you're a poos.
Okay.
All right. Cyclists are meant to go on the road. I understand it's scary, but stop being a poos. You got to get over your fears. I used to be scared, then I did it, and then I got hit by a car, and then I wasn't scared anymore. Half
Have you-
of that isn't true.
Yeah. I wonder which part.
I know, I'm still scared.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, man. What you been up to this week? We've been playing. Anything cool? Anything relevant?
Exclusively Pokemon Go and Horizon Zero Dawn. Which
Why
we've been-
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Why Horizon Zero Dawn? Because for the past 9 months, I'm going to say 9 months. I'm wrong though. For the past 9.5 months, I want to get this right because I don't generally listen to this podcast. So what is it? May? It's June, and we're in May now. What?
We're not.
No, we're in
May.
Sorry, we're in April. We're in April.
What
April,
year
May,
do you live
June.
in?
So 10, 11, 12. So this past 10 months, I've been trying to work out. This was so fucking long. I've been trying to work out what games I can play with Jen, right?
Okay.
And
Anyone who doesn't know Jen's his girlfriend.
Jen's my girlfriend, yeah. And for a long time, I was thinking like, okay, we need to do co-op games, right? Because that's what you do.
Yes, good co-op games.
But then I realised how few good co-op games there are out there.
Yes,
and how I hate
true.
split screen and how
Oh, you hate split screen.
etc. So I started looking at single player games.
You're
So
talking about
first off-
couch co-op versus online co-op. You're talking about couch co-op, right?
Yeah, pretty much. 'cause
Okay.
Jen's
That's more readily available than online co-op.
Yeah.
So you should be okay, depending.
We did a few. We played a bit of Lego Lord of the Rings for a while.
Yeah. Lego games always good.
Yeah, I kind of got bored quickly with
Which
it.
game did they introduce the voice acting, which ruined it?
Probably Lego,
Harry Potter.
the recent one that included the first thing of the Hobbit.
Okay.
I say recent. That was like one of the last games on 360 that I played. So that must have been
The
4 or 5
last
years
game
ago.
I played on 360 was like. Let me look at my shelf. Like Halo 4.
Oh, Halo 4.
I
Yeah, that's
think.
one of mine as well.
But I didn't play it because I wanted to. I was playing it.
Because we all got it.
No. Jake wanted to. Our friend wanted to play. We've played through every game co-op campaign, including the Halos, and we were going to do number 4.
You played through every game's co-op campaign
Well, that we could.
ever.
Yeah, ever made. And Halo 4 was one of them, but you know what? It just wasn't fun.
That
we
was
just
shit.
we
That game was
we
brass.
went so we went back to it thinking it would be fun, So it wasn't really relevant at the time, but we went back to it, and that's probably the last thing I played on Xbox 360. Man, I just... Oh, you know what would have been the last thing? Perhaps? It would have been maybe GTA 5.
That was around the same time, though. That was within the same couple
GTA
of
5
years.
came out when I was in my second year
it came
of
out when I was still
university.
in John Ruskin. So
Oh gosh, no,
it
Halo
would
came
have
out
been-
before. Halo 4 came out before.
Yeah, I think I got Halo 4 in November 2013, and GTA 5 was around. It was a very, very similar time. Maybe Halo 4 was November 2012, but I think GTA 5
Came
was
out afterwards.
October, November 2013.
Yeah, can you tell the story about how you gave me a copy of GTA 5? Sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, so what? Yeah, no, I remember now. So I basically ordered GTA 5 to get it on the day of release, and it didn't come. So I said to my other friend Lee, I was like, "Hey Lee, man likes staying up late, yeah?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, you know, man's gonna get GTA 5, yeah?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You know Croydon, yeah?" And he's like, "Yeah." Well, I was like, "There's a midnight release of GTA 5 at Game. You wanna go?" And he was like, "Yeah."
He's like, I ain't trying to get stabbed.
So we went down to Croydon's Game at midnight, which was, I mean, in hindsight, it was a terrible idea. You don't know what goes on in Croydon at midnight.
No
Drug
idea.
deals, multiple stabbings, just all the crime.
Gang
all the crime you can
activity.
think of, gang activity. So we were there. The line was so fucking long. I never needed a shit so bad in my life, right? I was standing in this line. It was like an hour-long line for some reason in Croydon. And I was like dying for a shit to the point where I actually ran off. Well, I didn't run off. I walked off rapidly to see if I could find anywhere. I was so bad that I was genuinely considering just shitting in a bush. It was that. It was that peak. It was that bad. So anyway,
Similar to
somehow-
your London Eye story.
Yeah. So somehow I clenched it up like harder than I've ever clenched in my entire life. I made it. I was touching cloth almost. It was close. Went back to the line. Somehow survived. We got our games, and the guy was like, "Hey, you're here for this midnight release, yeah? How about we do you a deal on the fucking nice like hardback GTA 5 guide? We'll give it to you for like £10." And we're poor, but that was enticing. So we got the guide also. Then we went on with the game, played it for a couple of hours because I had college the next morning, so
Oh gosh.
I had to go to bed, you know, because I was a boy back then. Ain't no man. And then, that very next day, even though I cancelled my online GTA 5 order, it arrived. I emailed them back. I must have, like... No, I didn't email them at all.
Oh my days.
What
Scam.
I did was,
You
I said to
scam.
Sachin, "Hey, you have the GTA 5, yeah?" And Sachin was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, can I get you one on the cheap, yeah?" He was like, "Yeah." So, for some reason, the way we decided to do this was not just me going around Sachin's house. It was we decided to do a drug deal-esque handover on the bus. So, my bus route to college went past Sachin's house. So, I was like, "Alright, I'll text you when the bus is going past your house, and the next bus you see will be the one I'm on." He was like, "Alright." I don't know why you were home at this time. Like, I don't know what you're doing in your fucking life, but clearly nothing.
I remember you going somewhere. I think
Yeah, I was on the way to college, so what were you doing?
Right, but was it during? It wasn't the morning.
Oh, maybe it's Christmas. Maybe it's during Christmas. No, it was, because that was... maybe it was lunchtime.
Was I at uni at the time?
Well, you must have been, right? Unless it was Christmas holidays.
Yeah, but I have a. You know what uni holidays like? You get a month off per term because there's no half
Yeah.
terms. There's just full terms. So yeah,
Well,
I must have been
no,
like.
'cause I wouldn't, if it was Christmas, I wouldn't know, because I probably finished for Christmas after you did, because unis finish early than college.
I was
Anyway.
I was off though. I remember.
Like okay, so it was probably the afternoon I was going to college, and
Yeah.
you got on my bus, and you came down and sat next to me for like 5 seconds. You like backhanded me the money, and I backhanded you the game, and you just got off the bus at the next stop.
Yeah, no conversation.
Yeah, we did this. Up nod. And then, like, the people on the bus, what must they have thought? If they
How
didn't-
did
if they
you
didn't
like
see the
a
game.
roll of money?
Yeah. I swear it actually had like a rubber band around it.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember that too. I was like,
Yeah, I
I was like, why
don't
did I have a rubber band of
Because
money?
if it was cheaper than the retail price, you must have had to give me the 20, 30 quid.
Why did I don't think I rubber banded
did
it, but
be
I
a
remember
roll?
it being a rubber band for some reason.
Maybe you gave me like 5s and rubber banded it or something.
Why would I do that? That's weird.
For the memes, like it's good memes. And like for someone sitting behind us who didn't see the game being exchanged, they must have thought we were
I had a
doing
hoodie
some
on
deal.
too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I probably did as well. That's my standard college wear. You got to blend in, yeah, it's not get stabbed.
Yeah.
So,
Then I sprinted off the bus, and I ran home,
yeah, it was
and
incredible.
I played it.
What an experience! And then you've never played it with me.
Yeah, because you didn't want to play it or something.
No, I don't like it.
I don't know, man.
But then, oh man.
But yeah, that was
Some-
possibly the last game I played on Xbox 360. What were you saying about Xbox 360 before we went on that massive tangent?
We were talking. I was talking about co-op games to play with Jen.
Perfect, let's go.
Then
Yeah.
Lego Lord of the Rings was the last one I played. So yeah, we went through some co-op games, including what's that game? Gang Beasts, including Gang Beasts on PC and shit like
Good
that.
game.
We ran the gamut in our heads. So eventually I was like, okay, single player games, they exist too. They are my favourite type of games, as a rule. So the first single player game I introduced Jen to, I think, was Monster Hunter. No, it was Dark Souls. We played that a bit, and Jen didn't like it that much.
Yeah, it's not.
Bit too much, I think.
It's not that good looking either. As in, like, there's no like nice looking environments. You know what I'm like when I complain about I hate caves and dark places. I like the outside and like you know.
Oh, you fucking love Horizon Zero Dawn, then we'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll
it does
get
look
to that.
Yeah, I've got a list of after you finish this, I've got a list of co-op games that you might like with Jen.
Nice. So yeah, we did Dark Souls, didn't like it that much, which hurt myself. It's my favourite game of all time.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Don't worry about it. I like it.
I don't like you then. So
Oh.
then at the time I was obsessed with Monster Hunter, so we tried that. Also wasn't much of a fan.
Yeah, that game is grindy, man.
That's why I love it, rude boy. That's
No, but a casual player like Jen probably doesn't like. You know.
I don't think she's going to take offence to that, but
I mean,
I'd laugh if she did.
I don't think but I don't think
And Jen, you're
she'll
fucking
take
casual, yeah?
I don't think she'll take offence to that because I said it in such a way where like Are you
calling her a noob?
No, I'm not calling her a noob. I'm calling her
As if that still holds
someone
any
who
power to
doesn't
offend anyone.
someone who doesn't, I don't know, I suppose game as much as you. Or
Yeah, that's acceptable.
You know, like
yeah. No, that's
like
most people.
she games the
That's
good
fine.
games like Pokemans, but it's like you game a lot more. So
Well, I think the main reason she doesn't play many games these days is, well, first she's fucking busy as shit. And second,
when did
consoles are in
Jen
Germany, so-
start playing video games? That's an important question because that actually decides
yeah.
like
I
what
mean, she started
out
on Nintendo.
with.
She had a SNES. I think.
Yeah, I'm a Nintendo boy,
Mm.
and she's a Nintendo girl.
She's more of a Nintendo girl than you are, yeah. I think she's got like every Nintendo console that fucking exists.
Oh, that's cool. I like
Yeah,
that.
so
She's a hardcore Nintendo,
yeah,
but
big on Nintendo.
she's a casual what?
She's craving that Switch
PC?
so bad.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, she's got lots of consoles, but they're all in Germany, which is why. She's got
okay.
a.
Damn, maybe she is not as casual as I thought she was, and that she's actually more hardcore than I am currently.
Well, I mean, she loves video games like massively, but
yeah.
it's
But I
just
mean,
time
like,
and-
I guess it's just a type of video games you like. She doesn't enjoy.
yeah, that's a lot of what it is.
Yeah.
It's my kind of games. But she doesn't like shooters. So that
Yeah.
plays
Oh
a
man,
lot-
dude,
a lot
I've
of
got
my
a couple of
shooters.
games in my mind that you guys can play.
Okay, cool. Is Cuphead one of them?
Sure.
Cool. Anyway, so yeah, I thought, okay, Horizon Zero Dawn, right? One of my favorite games of all time.
Oh wait, are we moving on to Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
Okay, just let me. Okay, so I was going to mention the couple games.
Come in. Jump in.
Was
jump
so Rayman Legends, I think it's called. That's not split screen, and you're two on the screen. Human Fall Flat.
in. The fuck is that?
It looks like the people who made Gang Beasts made it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's an amazing game. It's really
Man.
fun. There's loads of levels.
Oh.
Well, there's enough levels, and it took me and two friends a good like 8 to 10 hours to complete like by
8 to
ourselves.
10 hours.
We mucked around so much. We had so much fun, like just trolling each other and throwing each other.
This is Gang Beasts with castles.
Yes, it looks like Gang Beasts, but it has no affiliation with Gang Beasts. Isn't that weird?
I'm down. How much is this game?
It's cheap.
£3.14.
Buy it, dude. Trust
Can I
me.
get that on PS4?
Oh,
No, I think it's on PS4.
I mean it.
$14.99 dead tick.
It has support for controllers, So yeah, that.
Door.
So you got Cuphead, Rayman Legends. You got Human Fall Flat. Oh man, I had some good ones. Okay, obviously, I think you guys should play A Way Out, but I know you don't like split screen.
Yeah. No, that's fine. With the way out, I think.
What else? Oh, Battle Block Theatre.
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious. Like that's really fun, and it's not split screen. It's like two on the screen at once.
Cool.
Yeah. So those are a couple games. I've got loads more, but I'll tell you about that another time. But yeah. So let me hear about what you want to talk about right now. Horizon Zero Dawn.
So Horizon Zero Dawn, I was thinking like, okay, that's my first, like I said, it's one of my favorite games ever. I played it last year when it came out in February, and it like immediately jumped into my favorite games of all time. This because it's like, it is exactly my jam. Like it is. If I had specifications, it would be directly to. It's like I commissioned this game. You know, like so it's post-apocalyptic world that has a mystery behind it. Like
main
Fallout,
character's got the same hair color as you.
exactly, and dreads to die for. Like Fallout is what is also another favorite game of all time for me. The thing that Fallout has always lacked
is the dreads.
Denoted. I think you're right on that. Actually, I don't think there's any characters with dreads in Fallout.
What about Fallout 4? Must be, right?
I don't think so. I can't picture any.
Rip dreads.
I know. So like in the Fallout games, and in 3 and 4 anyway, like you never get like direct exposition on how the world ended. Like a lot of what you know about how the world ended is through
story.
That's what I mean. Like the story, it's the story of Fallout 3 and 4 and New Vegas don't have anything to do for the most part with the old world.
I see.
You find out about the old world.
This story in Horizon Zero
through
Dawn,
logs.
if I'm not mistaken, is all about the past and how
we'll get
the
to
past got to the present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's what I love. I love Fallout, but Fallout has never had like a storyline. I mean, I don't think so. I could be wrong.
It's just got items
Fallout,
from
so
the past.
Yeah, you see items, you see arrangements of things in buildings, like you see. I forget. Yeah, it's a lot of text logs and stuff like that.
But that's the point, though. I know you know that's the point. But yeah, that's it's all about living for the future now rather than looking back at what happened. I mean, there are NPCs that talk about it, but it's not, as you said, it's not anything about discovering much about the past. It's just,
I suppose
it's just kind of it's happened, deal with it sort of thing.
At the start of Fallout 4, you get like a flashback to before you were in cryosleep, so you see the big bomb going off and you go into the shelter. But that's about as far as it gets in terms of actually seeing the past, right? But in Horizon, the main storyline, it's split in half, right? So one half of the storyline is directly related to the past. You'll go back to these significant places from the past. You'll pick up audio logs and you'll watch holograms that directly explain to you what went wrong and what happened, how it happened. And the story is masterful. Like the story of how the world ended is incredible. Like even the science part.
It's really difficult to understand, though. Don't get me right.
I mean,
like it gets a bit complicated.
Well, I mean, if you get too deep into the science bit, it does. Like Jen's a biologist, right? And like part of the bit that explained the biology, she was like, yeah, and she explained it to me. I was like, okay, that makes sense. But on my first playthrough, I didn't get that because I didn't know what a zygote was, for example, and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, but she was like, yeah, what he's saying made scientific sense. And I was like, cool, that's really good. I like it more now.
It's what do you call it?
Because Jen hates faux science.
It's they've done their research, so it's like I forgot there's like a word that's like doing your like due diligence to make it
they've researched
as real as it can be.
Yeah, because Jen hates faux science. She hated Interstellar because a lot of the science in that film was bullshit.
What's the film with Sandra Bullock doing this in the trailer?
It's got George Clooney in it too. What the fuck is Gravity? She does do it.
No, that's the whole trailer, and I was like, I do not want to see this movie.
It was good, I liked it. It was good.
I'm glad you had fun watching that idiot just float around space.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb in some parts, though. I mean, all these things are. But yeah, like the science in Horizon, I mean, that's irrelevant, really. It's so one half of the story is about the old world and how the old world was destroyed, right? And you learn so much about that, and that is so intriguing to me. I love it. I love it so much. I can't even explain how much I love it. The other half of the story is related to the world now. and you have a storyline that follows the what's the word I'm looking for here? Like the conflict in the current world.
Okay.
So you have these parallel running storylines that bring it all together, and it's so well.
Were you
done.
trying to say like story arc or something?
No, I was going for conflict.
Okay.
It's so good. I love that game so much, and I thought, okay, Jen might like this. My main reasoning is because Aloy is such a strong character, right? She's such a good character, and she's a woman. So I mean, that's always good to get female gamers involved in. So that was cool. And yeah, I mean, she really likes it. Like it's we've been doing a sort of pass on and off controller thing. Usually when we die, Jen tends to hand the combat off to me.
Yeah. When I was younger, me and my niece used to play Dragon's Quest 7 or something like that, or 3. I don't know. It was on PlayStation 2, and my niece would do the adventuring, and I would do the battling. That was fun. Yeah.
One time the other day, I wanted to start my own playthrough because I was going to do the DLC, and Jen wasn't that interested in the DLC.
Yeah.
So I boosted my difficulty up to ultra hard.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that the difficulty doesn't save on save files, right? So when you set it to ultra hard, it's ultra hard on every save file.
Oh.
So when I came.
Oh,
off
it goes
game,
across saves.
Yeah, and loaded Jen's game. Like she started some combat in a new area against a trampler, which is like a big sort of bull type machine.
Yeah, it's global difficulty.
She just got fucking destroyed. And I was like, I think they're just too low level. Like maybe go do some side quests and come back later. And she must have passed off the control to me, and I thought some basic bitch enemy. I got fucking one shot. I was like, what's going on?
Oh no!
And then I was like, wait. No, she said, do you think it's still ultra hard? I was like,
that's funny.
We checked the settings, and lo and behold,
who makes difficulty a global setting like that?
I was kind of a surprise.
Like I don't know. I guess it's not that big of a deal because it's a single player game. That
sure.
It's not like you have multiple saves. Like you have multiple saves on I don't know, like Fallout, where you have multiple saves where it saves all the settings. You know how one of the names mentioned in, I'm not going to say who or what it is, and if you don't want spoilers, obviously don't Google it. But you know the name Gaia?
Yeah.
Right. So at the same time,
careful with it.
Yeah. So at the same time this got released, this game, I was in. Or like just before it got released, like maybe a couple of weeks before, and then I went to Canada like a couple of weeks after this game got released, and there was like this massive like Canada's like 50th anniversary. I don't know if it was 50th or 10th or what it was for. I forgot, but I took loads of like pictures.
Sorry, did you just say Canada's 50th anniversary?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know what it was for. I don't know if it was like 10th anniversary or 50th.
Canada.
I don't know. I don't
50
think.
years today. Canada formed back in the 70s.
Yeah, like that's. I don't think it was like that though. Let me see if I can find it real quick, so I can see what it exactly was. What did I say? Oh, 150th anniversary of Canada. Right? No, I didn't know what the anniversary was like. What it was celebrating. I've forgotten. That's why I said 10th or 50th. I didn't know what it was.
10.
No. But I didn't know if it was like the anniversary of like the country. I just thought that it was something random. But yeah. So anyway, one of the things. So what they did is they made loads of things out of sort of like hedges. So, for instance, this is one of the photos. Let me see if I can like show the camera. This is one of the photos. See that piano?
Yeah.
That is a grand piano. By the way, look how big those people are. Look how big those people are.
Huge.
It's way bigger than you think it is. Kids are running underneath it. That was made out of bush. See the bush?
I see the bush, yeah.
Okay, look, here's like another one of like dragons and something to represent different culture. Right?
Sick.
So you got that, right? It was really cool. Anyway, so one of the things was this thing right here.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And that's when I was like, oh, Gaia. Like there was things on the like side as you walk around, like signs and stuff, and it was telling you like what it was and who this person is and stuff, and you can see like her arm with the animals and stuff. But cool, it was some pretty cool stuff. There was loads of cool stuff. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This made me think that it was a promotion for the game.
Oh yeah, that looks like a
these wooden like horses or something. Sorry, it's a bit blurry. There you go. That's clear.
There we go.
Yeah, it was really cool, man. There was some sick stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's when I was like, this is rigged. It's rigged for the launch of the game. But
yeah, like that fucking, it's like, I'm playing on the PS4, and this game, like, I remember seeing it before it was released. No, it was just after it was released. I hadn't really, like, I was a few hours into it. It was a screenshot on Reddit, or a GIF, of Aloy running about on a mountain that was like deep snow, and like her footsteps it wasn't just footsteps, right? Like, it was her exact movements in the snow would leave an indenture in the snow. And even when, like, say she dies from fall damage off a cliff, rolls into the snow and rolls slightly down it, like, her entire body leaves a perfectly shaped indenture in the snow, like it would be in real. Like, it's incredible. The graphical fidelity of that game is probably some of the best I've ever seen. And this isn't even on PS4 Pro. This isn't even on PC. Like, it looks so good. And
wait, you got a PS4 Pro?
No, I haven't. This isn't even on PS4 Pro.
Oh, it's not even on
like,
PS4 Pro.
This is a regular ass release PS4, and it is so fucking good. And like Jen was saying, when we had our first conversation on NBC, the faces look brilliant. She said it looked like as close to realistic as she's ever seen. It's just in the main game, the animations aren't that great. So you have this like super good face with some janky ass like animation when it's speaking and when it's moving, and it looks super weird. The combination of having such close to life graphics with kind of off animations. But then the DLC, the first thing I noticed, the first conversation I had with NPC, I guess it's because of all the money they made. Perfect. Like the lip syncing, perfect. The gestures, the body language, perfect. Like it was so
it felt real.
Yeah. When I was just after I bought the DLC, before I played it, I saw I looked up like reviews of it, and they said the one that stuck in my head was it made the perfect game even better. You know, and I see what they mean now, because like they used the money they earned from it to make up for the things I guess they couldn't afford to do first time round. And it was this contained little area called the Frozen Wilds up in the north of the map, and northeast of the map, and it was like, I love snowy shit, so this was perfect for me. It was a short story, but if you do everything, the DLC will last you 15-20 hours. Add some cool new weapons, some cool new stuff, cool new enemies. I thought they could have done a bit more with the enemies there, to be honest. There are only 5 new ones, which is good.
I suppose once you get used to like the enemies already there, and then you get some new enemies, you kind of feel like they should go really far outside the box.
But I mean, for the size of the DLC, I think 5 was reasonable. So it was super good. The DLC as well was really good. I just love that game so much. I can't like if you love post-apocalyptic shit, if you love sci-fi.
I was gonna get it.
If you love anything to do with AI, just technology in general, just it's so good. The story is.
It's one of the best games on the PS4 right now.
Yeah, I say it is the best game on the PS4
it's
right now.
One it's exclusive, right, as well.
Yeah, it's fully exclusive. It's not even on PS3 or anything.
Yeah. Insane.
It's so good.
It's probably,
the story's incredible.
I think I'll get it at some point, but like I don't know, or I'll just borrow it off you or something.
Yeah, you can borrow it after doing something, I guess.
Yeah, it's just finding the time to play it, right? Because you know how long was the game?
With the DLC, I'm about 60 hours in so far. My first save far, where I just completed the main game, was 44 hours.
Yeah, but were you a completionist?
Yeah, that was everything.
So let's cut that in like, let's just say like 20 hours main quest.
You could do it in a speedrun in about 4 hours probably, but like doing it properly, 10 hours probably.
There's a really nice website. I don't know what it's called, but if you Google something like "how long does it take to complete," and just press that, there's a really cool website which is like community based. Everyone fills stuff in. I guess you can just like help them fill it out, and it's like you give stats on, or your stats, and they do averages, and it's like. How long does it take to complete A Way Out, for instance, or Horizon Zero Dawn, or like Dark Souls Prepare to Die, or whatever, and it will show you all the average. It will say how many chapters, how many quests, how many, hours, like averagely, including DLC, not including DLC, sequentially. It's really, really, really fantastic website.
That's like important for me because I still have the outdated pound per hour buy-in system, right? So
I was talking to someone on Twitter about that, and they still do that, but they were dollars. They were like $1 per hour, and I was just thinking, I want to disagree with this person, but I don't know why, and I couldn't figure out why.
Well,
I think it's because my taste has changed. If it's a good game for a decent price, which is subjective in my mind, I will buy it. If
you're
it's
not gonna get 25 hours out of a way out, are you? You know.
Well, I mean,
really?
I don't think so. We're like, it was £25, as you said, 25 hours. It must be like 6 hours.
Yeah, but the experience of that game
is worth it, and it's for 2 people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I bought it, and my friend can play with me, you can play with me, anyone can play with me. Like, that's just how it is.
That's true. It technically is a game. That's the price of 2 games.
For 2 people. So really, it's 12 hours.
It's 12
and a half hours. And we're like, maybe 6, maybe 8 hours. But I'd probably say 6. We'll probably finish it at like 10 hours. But it's going to be a great experience, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know, if it was on...
you remember.
You know what you could do? If it was on Steam, because it's not on Steam, it's on Origin, I think. No. Yeah, Origin. If it was on Steam, I would buy it, play it with a friend, then I would family share it with you to play with Jen, and then like, you know, everyone could just play it. But I suppose that's one of the main reasons why. I'm sure there's games that you can lock family sharing on. You should be able to. I'm sure that's like a developer thing that they could talk to Steam, like, hey, we don't want people to like family share this game. But I don't know. I've never heard of a game or developer saying like, hey, we don't want you to family share this. I think it's because it's like out of reach for the game developer. Like, at that point, it's like outside of the game, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know about that much, to be honest.
So reading it in, chat idiots, if you haven't bought Horizon Zero Dawn yet, buy that shit right now. It's probably going kind of cheap these days as well. There's probably a Game of the Year edition as well that has a DLC with it. Buy that shit if it sounds even remotely interesting, because that game, one of the most memorable gaming experiences I've ever had. Like, it's up there with Dark Souls, Fallout, The Witcher 3, Last of Us. Like, it's in that pantheon of games that are just so memorable. They're incredible. It's
Would you like a sequel to come out? Or do you feel like that was
coming out? Yeah, it's coming out. There's a lot. The DLC especially made me realize how much more there is to do with that game.
Oh, okay. So the original ending for you was enough, but then you realized that the DLC made it more.
The original ending for me was perfect. Like, I loved it so much. It was incredible. Just learning everything. It's a game about learning. Like, you learn a lot in that game. There's a lot of audio logs and shit that, I mean, if you don't care about it, you're going to miss out on a lot. But at the same time, there's enough in the main story that you just see to give you a sense of the world, right? But yeah, no, the DLC especially made me realise how much more there is they could do with that world. And especially, I mean, there's loads they could do with it.
Yeah. So today, Tom, is the day that the new Hearthstone Witchwood expansion is released.
Let's spend all the money on it.
Yeah, so I bought the
no, of course you fucking
the like pre-purchase like pack or whatever. You get 50 packs plus 20 packs. I don't know why they give you an extra 20. They just do.
How much was this?
Like £45.
Oh fuck you! Buy me one, yeah.
So I got it. I got 7.
I'll write a review of it if you buy me one.
I got 7. You haven't written anything yet, so shut up. You'll get something when you write something.
I haven't been paid yet.
So it releases today, and it's the Witchwood expansion, and the trailer for it is really funny. Like, you can tell that all the people at Blizzard in the Hearthstone team are having fun with it. Ben Bro and his friends. It's pretty cool. They're still really into the game. Obviously, like, there's always going to be power creep, and that's just how it goes, because, whatever. But that's why they have wild mode and standard mode.
Hearthstone lingo.
So, power creep is not...
What the fuck is power creep?
Power creep is sort of a generic term for, like, when power creep is when you go too far developing something, and you start putting in, like, things that are just overpowered that, like, don't make sense with anything else, because you're just trying to create things. Like, they're not thinking about it, they just keep putting in new things. For instance, like, there's another, it's also like, there's something called feature creep, which happens to any game, loads of game developers, where, like, they have, for instance, like, when Kickstarters or whatever, like, GoFundMe campaigns, they get, like, loads of, they get more money than they thought they would, and then the project all of a sudden becomes too big, and they start putting in more features, and all of a sudden it's called feature creep, because they put too many things in, and nothing works, and it's like sort of broken, it doesn't really mesh, and then when it releases, it's just buggy and there's too many things and it's not good. Or it never gets released because they're still doing features.
What was that space game that was meant to be like
Star Citizen?
Star Citizen. Yeah.
Have you seen any of the demos? It looks amazing, except there's no like real gameplay with other people yet. There's like you getting into your spaceship, going from one planet, which looks insanely great and lively, without loading screens, getting into your spaceship, launching into space, going through hyperspeed or not hyperspeed, and reaching another planet with no loading screens, and just being on another planet, and it's smooth, it looks amazing graphically, it just looks like the best game ever made that will never be released.
This game could be the fucking pinnacle. Like it could be the highest point of video gaming.
The meme is that it won't be released. Obviously.
Of course. Like the thing is, right, learn from No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky was that, right? It was you went from planets relatively seamlessly. That part of it was super good, and then when you got to these planets, there was fuck all to do. The Open Star Citizen, like, it's such an unrealistic expectation, but like, I assume it's.
Well, to be honest, they're not really. I don't know how much pressure they're under to release the game, because I think we've waited long enough where people are not worried about. People are gonna buy it. Like when it releases, people are gonna buy it. It's gonna be reviewed. People are gonna see it. Obviously, it'll be compared to No Man's Sky at some point, I'm sure. You know, but at the end of the day, they're not lying.
But if you have like a storyline that takes you from planet to planet, it's kind of vaguely similar to what No Man's Sky did. I think it had something.
I don't even know how the game's going to work. I didn't even know if there'll be story. I just thought it was like I thought it was like MMO space.
I don't think exploration is enough.
I mean, there will be story, I'm sure, but I don't know. Yeah, exploration of course won't be enough unless the exploration fuels like a lot more than just, hey, look, that's pretty. You know, like there'll be like items to collect to bring home to, like resource management sort of thing. You know, like I don't know, just it could. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be story and NPCs and stuff like that. I really want a game where like you can like Star Citizen, and then all of a sudden you land on a planet which is planet sized, and then you have to like chase someone through the streets of some junk city. Some future junk city, that's like that kind of Mass Effect style, like you know.
Like imagine
online
Star Wars universe, for example, you land on fucking Coruscant and you like chase the criminal underworld down and shit, and then you fuck off to Tatooine and you're in some desert and you have this entire other planet that has other shit in it. Like I guess what's the Star Wars MMO called? That's a Star Wars IP, but it kind of did that. It was just an MMO, so it was
Knights of the Old Republic.
It was just the Old Republic. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, the Republic is the older game. But like that, something like that with Star Citizen's gameplay and just in general, better movement, better combat, better better everything, less MMO, more. I want like The Witcher 3 in space. That's what I want.
A lot of people want a lot of things, and when it actually gets made, it's either overlooked or just seen as really stupid. It's really hard to do those things. I suppose that's why it hasn't really been done.
Yeah.
It's because it's like it's technically insanely complex, and also it has to be fun, and it has to work on like all consoles and all like platform PC, rubbish PCs, great PCs. You know, are you going NVIDIA or not? Are you making it like what engine are you using? Like it's insane. There's so much stuff to it. The dev team, the design team. There's so much money that needs to be put into it because it's already like the concept is just insane. But
something with this scope could take a decade plus. Like if it's the scope of what we hope it is, then it is going to take fucking years.
But I'll tell you what doesn't take scope: Hearthstone Expansions.
Shit.
So there's
segued back to what we were already.
They've released a card called Shudderwock.
Man, like Shudderwock.
And Shudderwock is a 9-mana card. It's a 9-mana 6/6. When you play it, it repeats all battle cries that you've played during like that game.
So it's N'Zoth the battle cries.
Or Yogg for battle cries.
Yeah.
You basically, this is what people are now doing. You play. Have you ever seen that like 2/3 taunt? It's like a miner, and he summons another miner, and they say how long can this go on, right? So you play that, right? That gives you a copy, right? So you got another 6/6.
Yeah.
You play something like an AOE board clear, like the you know the 4/8 Drake that does 2 damage to everything.
Yeah, I love
You
that
play
card.
that, so you got a little bit of board clear. Got a little bit of board clear. Got a little bit of copying. Okay.
But that does 2 damage to everything. doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. But it clears that
It's
board.
problematic.
You play a legendary called Grumble. I think it's called Grumble something. I don't know what the card mana for health is, but you play it, and what it does is it picks up everything on the board and gives you it back, and it gives you like a 1/1. It makes everything one cost 1 mana, right? So when you play it, Shadow, you play it, but it will do all that and then give it back to you to play again constantly,
shit.
right? And then you play something. This is the winning condition. Is you play you can play something like, I forgot what it's called, like Murmuring something. It's like an elemental, and it's like a 1/1, and you play it, and its battle cry is its battle cry is the next battle cry, like it goes twice. So you play that as well in the game. So everything happens twice, which means you get 2 copies of the 6/6, 2 in your hand, 2 board clears, 2 whatever, and then you play this new card with a battle cry, which targets the other enemy hero's face and deals 3 damage, and then feeds you the health for 3. So effectively, what you have is an infinite cycle of battle cries that will basically put a minion on a board, clear the enemy's board, do 3 damage to them, and feed you health again and again and again.
This
and
sounds
again.
counterable, because can't you just wipe out the 6/6?
No. Its battle cry is to do that.
Yeah. But once you get...
Oh, no. So let's say I play it against you, right?
Yeah.
It does all the battle cries, it clears your board, and it like does damage to you, right? So, I've cleared your board,
That's
I've done a
your
little bit of
turn.
damage,
You've used
and it's
9 mana.
now it's 9 mana, right? So
you've ended your turn.
yeah, now I've ended my turn.
And so the only card on the board should be that 6/6.
Yeah, or a buffed, whatever buffs you've played, battle cry, whatever, right? Yes, that minion. You could Siphon Soul it, sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's say you Siphon Soul it, right? You Siphon Soul it and play a 4 mana minion. Remember, I have more Shadow Walks that are 1 mana in my hand. I play them and I play them and I just keep playing them and playing them and playing them and playing them and playing them.
Yeah.
You know what someone suggested?
Deathwing.
Yes, you play Deathwing,
Yes.
and then you play that. And
Deathwing's going to be in every deck now.
and then you click every time you play it. You board clip,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter because
shit.
it clears your hand. It clears your hand after the battle cry, so like it doesn't matter because you just get it back. But apparently it doesn't work. There's something that makes it not work with Deathwing. I remember that people were theory crafting it.
Right, and then everyone loses their hands and then it's gone. Everything you just earned from your 6/6 is gone.
No. So you Deathwing before you play Shadow Walk.
No, I'm saying the opponent Deathwings you after you've played the battle cry.
Oh, okay.
And that counts as it because it removes every single card you have.
No. Remember, Deathwing removes your hand.
Oh, it's your hand. Fuck. Yeah.
Oh, that would be overpowered to everyone who played Deathwing all the time.
I forgot it wasn't like a card destruction.
No. So you
Is
play
there any card that destroys the opponent's hand?
Yes, there is. No,
Play
not
that.
their hand. Well, yes, there is, but you have to play Howling Fiend or something, which is a 3/6, and it's got like a trigger that every time it takes damage, it discards a random card from your hand. So
Okay.
you play this like Howling Fiend, then you play Treachery to give it to the opponent, then you play like Something Madness, which it does 3 mana, deal 9 damage to any person, and basically every time you ping the Howling Fiend, it deletes a card from the opponent's hand. So you can
Okay.
So let's say you had 10 cards in your hand, it has 6 health.
Six health.
And let's say all 6 hit it, you would
Then-
discard 6 cards from your hand, which is a really fun, cool combo that people are playing.
But have we seen all the cards in this expansion yet? Has the full list been released?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no card destruction.
No, well you have
destroy the card in your
Nosferatu,
hand.
but that's from your deck. Or you have Rin, the Disciple, but that's your that blows up your entire deck. Have you seen that?
No.
So Rin is from the past expansion. You play Rin. She's a 3/6. Death Rattle is give you a seal, and when you and when she dies, when she dies, she gives you like a spell called a seal, and it's 5 mana, and you play the first seal gives you a 2/2 for 5 mana.
Yeah.
Right, so that's garbage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you play the first seal, it gives you 2/2 for 5 mana. But then after that, after you use that seal, another seal appears in your hand for 5 mana. It's a 3/3, and then you play that for 5 mana, and you can basically keep playing these seals. So you got 2/2, 3/3, 4/4, 5/5, 6/6. Then you get the final seal, and I think it costs like, yeah, you do the final seal is a minion, and it's called like a Zari. It's a 10 mana 10/10. You play it, and the battle cry is destroy the opponent's deck.
Dim sum.
So your whole deck gets destroyed. So which means when it's your next go, you take 1 damage of fatigue, and then you have to play.
That's gonna be super hard to pull off there, is it?
That's what everyone thought before they realized how easy it was to pull off.
Oh.
It's actually insane. The only way you lose is if you start playing it like the seal. Well, you start opening the seals for 5 mana each time. When you're when you can't afford to play slow, but it works too much than you think it would, because a lot of people are playing
on the battle cry of the series. You get the next one in your hand.
Yes, so you can play 2 per turn.
So you have to do this, and there's no. If it was Death Rattle, then it's beatable.
Yeah. So the first one's Death Rattle. But what people do, so you can't silence it, is they play Rin. It's a Warlock card, so you play Rin and then you destroy it for health. So yeah. Anyways, that's the last expansion. But this expansion's got, for instance, so the Shaman has a new hero.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Hagatha the Witch or something.
Hagatha.
So like all Lich King cards or whatever, or new hero cards, you gain 5 armor, and her special, or Hagatha's special sort of her hero power.
Oh, it's like it's one of them.
It's a hero. It's a hero. It's like when you play Jaraxxus, you become Jaraxxus. It's a new hero card. So you play this card, becomes your hero, Hagatha the Witch, and she gains 5 armor like all the other player cards, and her passive her hero power is a passive, and it's every time you play a minion, I think you get a spell.
What?
You get a random shaman spell every time you play a minion. And there's a new mechanic called Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Echo means if you can play another one of your Echo minions this turn, when you play it, a spectral version of it appears into your hand, and you can play it again and again and again and again if you have the mana. So you can have like a 2 mana 2/1 dog that has Echo, and if you have 10 mana, you can play it 5 times.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so a lot of people will only play like 2 or 3 times based on how much mana it is. Some Echoes have Taunt, which is really good if you're trying to be defensive. There's also a new mechanic called Rush. Rush means it has charge, but it cannot target the other hero's face. You cannot target the enemy hero. You can only target.
So it's like
enemy.
Ice Hell, the legendary.
Yes.
Or the Hunter one.
Yeah. So it's called it's called wait, you're not talking about Primal Crux, are you?
Primal Crux.
Yeah.
No.
The AA. I forgot
the
what
magic card. Primal Crux.
I forgot what it's actually called. The AA.
No, it's like a
King Crush. That's it.
Yeah, it's King Crush. I think no, it's not King Crush.
But King Crush is an AA that can charge anything.
No, I think it's a warrior card that can. No, maybe I'm thinking of the hunter card that like automatically attacks anything that you.
Oh, I know that card. It's a 9/9
The 9/9
dinosaur.
yeah.
It's I think it's either neutral or hunter. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So when you play that, its active is like if when the enemy plays a minion, attack it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could easily cheat that by playing a poison minion.
Oh
but,
yeah.
You know, poison minions are quite rare, and you don't really have them in your deck. They're not really something that you play.
Oh, no, I tell you what, the old warrior taunt deck,
Hmm.
the quest taunt deck had a 1/2 poison snail in it.
Dude, the quest Taunt Warrior is actually
Nice.
insane. It's good.
Is it back to being good again?
No, it's always considered. It's always fairly
I
good.
always loved it. For
Yeah.
Sure.
What's that? What else? There's I opened up a legendary called Tess Greymane or something. Jess or Tess Greymane. I think it was Tess. And Tess Greymane's a 6 mana think it's 8 mana 6/6, and it's basically Yogg-Saron.
Right.
All spells. It's not really Yogg-Saron, but like it's similar. All spells that the rogue, because it's a rogue card, all spells that the rogue played that wasn't from her class, from the rogue's class, like play them again. I think I think that's what the card is. Test Greymane. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. You know, all the spell stuff. There's a lot of cool Paladin cards, but it just makes Paladin even more aggro than it already is. I feel. I don't know. I don't like. I want.
My deck.
I want Control Paladin back, man. I also want Control Warrior back. But yeah, guess it's not gonna happen, man.
I just want anything that isn't rush decks, because I mean that shit. That's just anything, you know. So if this expansion is low on that, then that would be good. But I don't want to get back into it because I haven't got any money.
I mean, yeah. So running up to this expansion, every quest that you completed gave you a free pack.
What?
Yeah. So I completed all the quests, like every single quest.
What quests? What?
The normal quests, dailies.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I started off with 3 dailies because I don't complete my quests ever.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's annoying.
Yeah.
You fucking tell me, bruh.
Sorry,
Bruh.
I know you don't like the game, so.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it'd be cool. Hey man, when are we gonna play For Honor? Huh?
I don't know. Not now.
Never, dude. See, never.
Yeah, I want to.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing it. You know, I'm just gonna have fun with it. I'm kind of over sort of trying to get to a high rank because I realize that I don't watch enough. I'm not involved in Hearthstone as much as I used to be obsessed with it to actually like progress as much. I don't play meta decks as much. Like I like to play difficult meta decks, decks that aren't even the meta but are difficult. I like to play like awkward decks. I don't know why. It just feels good when you win and you pull off that combo or something. Yeah, I just like difficult decks. So yeah, that's the Hearthstone release. I'm looking forward to that. So
yeah, it should be good.
We'll see how it
Tell
goes.
Me, I wanna see you opening your cards.
I already opened all the cards.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah, sorry. So before the podcast,
so first he doesn't fucking tell me about the quest thing. Now he opens his cards when I'm.
I got a golden. I got a golden
legendary.
legendary. It was called. It was called like Darius or something. It's like some warrior card. It's like a 4/4 with rush, and when it kills a minion, it gains 2/2.
Shit.
So I was like, oh.
Actually, sounds quite good.
Oh, sounds alright. Sounds good against like. I don't know. I don't know if rush is supposed to be good against aggro or good for aggro, because if you play a taunt and they play a rush card, then they can just hit face the next turn. You know. So I don't really know. But yeah, and speaking of releases, upcoming release or really soon, is God of War.
Oh!
So let me just go ahead and say that I've never played a God of War game. So
who the fuck are you? You never played a God of War game? What's wrong with you?
I was a Nintendo.
That seems like it'd be right up your alley.
I was a Nintendo boy, and then I was a.
What the fuck? What's wrong with you?
A PlayStation 1 boy, and then I was a PlayStation 2 boy.
Oh, you mean PlayStation 2? You mean that console that God of War came out on?
Never played God of War though. I don't know. I don't really know about God of War. I suppose it's like I've never played like Zelda properly. You know, like I played like Twilight Princess with you like when it came out, and you know I've played what's it called? The one that they had an HD remake of.
Majora's Mask.
No. Not A Link to the Past. Maybe. It was definitely one of the new ones.
I'm just going for all the
It was the one with the boat and they sail. Like,
yeah, that's Wind Waker.
Wind Waker. Okay, yeah. I played Wind Waker HD, like a little bit of that. I remember trying to play. I played
Man like Minish Cap.
I think I played Majora's Mask when I was super young, and I didn't like it. I was a bit scared. Hey Jenny, what's up? Yeah, so that was not very good. Yeah. So you're gonna get God of War?
Oh, I think I have to.
All the
I've
reviews.
Got no money.
All the reviews are 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I saw a tweet the other day. It was something like what was it? It was like if Dark Souls was accessible, if Last of Us
Yeah, I saw
had
that.
something, if Uncharted had justifiable killing and something else, like that, they would be God of War.
You saw that tweet because
It's
I
just-
sent you the funny picture with the reply of Turtle Biscuit.
Oh yeah, yes, I did. Yeah, you're
And
right.
he's like, yeah, imagine if all these games run at 60 FPS.
Yeah, totally.
That was funny.
What, God of War? Oh shit! All right, yeah, totally. We're doing it. This is gonna
Yeah,
be great.
you should
We're doing
guys
God
should
of
play
War.
God of War together. Like, just play like until one of you dies or something.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it seems
so
really.
up for that.
I think I'm going to enjoy this one better because one, I don't like running around and pressing X to attack constantly. That bores me so much. Like at least in Assassin's Creed, you have counter attack and you have grab. And there's throwing and stuff. There's a little, or that you can jump off. There's multiple ways to play Assassin's Creed, but you can, if you wanted to, just spam X. But no one does that.
Don't you like Devil May Cry?
The only Devil May Cry I've played is Devil May Cry DMC or DMC.
That's a shame.
Devil May Cry. No, but that's the thing. It was my first Devil May Cry, and I loved it. I thought it was great. Like I loved the combat. I thought it was really cool, and I loved the switch ups and the heaven versus hell weapons and combat. I loved it. I thought it was great. I actually I completed it once, and then I was in the midway playing again, and then I gave up for some reason because I was playing other games. But I was just really cool. Really cool.
The old God of Wars. I like them a lot. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of game. Like the whole that combo based combat. I'm not a huge fan. I don't like fighting games. I don't like spectacle fighters.
I think I want to like fighting games, but I'm bad at them. Like I've got
I'm
more
not competitive enough, you know.
The next fighting game I bought after like Street Fighter, like EXQ Plus on PlayStation 1 that was bought for me when I was like 1 year old was Mortal Kombat X, which came out like 4 years ago or something. Like that was the next game up. So in about like 20 years later, I bought my next fighting game.
The reboot.
I actually really wanted to buy. I really want to buy Dragon Ball Fighter, like the new Dragon Ball Z game.
Nerd.
That game, no, dude, the graphics are amazing because they've gone back.
You have to like DBZ, and anyone that's DBZ.
You know how South Park's their new games are like the episode.
Yeah.
The new DB Fighter is like is all like hand drawn, like the card. It's like the anime. It's amazing. It's crazy.
Really? Okay. I mean, I've seen various people playing it, but like I don't like.
Yes, Jen agrees with me.
Games, so I mean, you're both wrong. It doesn't look great. It looks shite. Shite.
When you say it looks bad, do you just mean visually?
What's wrong with my camera right now?
It's trying to blow you out because you mean nothing right now. Chatting rubbish.
Why is it? Can you see that ray of light coming down my?
Yeah, it's called God. He's come to take you away for being.
There's no sunlight. What's happening?
It's your room light.
What? Oh God. Okay, we're back. We're back in the game.
We're back.
That's super weird.
Yeah.
It's still there though.
All right. So last couple things before we finish because we're pretty much.
I want to talk about God of War some more.
No. You can talk about God of War for a bit.
Okay, so God of War, right? Like it's super cool. If you like that kind of game, then good, get it. But also, the thing that got me when I was a kid and still gets me, Greek mythology, right? I mean, this God of War is Norse mythology. They've moved on to Norse, but Greek mythology in the old God of War games. Parker, if you like mythology, then go for it. I mean, it's not like there might be a few people like, oh, this isn't how it happened, but like it's not meant to be. You know, it's meant to be based on Greek mythology with characters from Greek mythology, gods from Greek mythology, etc., crypt monsters. It's not meant to play out like Greek myth, you know, we get Odysseus fighting a Minotaur and shit like that. Was that Theseus? I don't know. Clearly, I don't know that much about Greek mythology, but it involves the gods from Greek mythology mostly. And this God of War is Norse mythology, which is also super cool. If you're a fan of mythology, then you're going to be into this. But God of War, like in that tweet that we mentioned before, the guy listed Uncharted, Last of Us, Dark Souls. What was the other one? Do you remember?
Fallout?
Maybe.
Did you say that? I can bring the tweet out for you, man.
Yeah, but so if you like any of those games, I think also God of War is going to be.
This is the tweet. Ready? What if Zelda had an amazing cinematic story? What if Last of Us had incredible skill-based combat? What if Uncharted somehow put all the violence in context? What if Dark Souls was approachable and clear? The answer to all of these questions and more is God of War. And then the reply from Meme Master Total Biscuit was, what if those games ran at a modern frame rate? The answer is PC.
Of course. But like, yeah, I mean, obviously check your sources, make sure that guy is legit and you can trust him. But like, I mean, he can't be that far off. Like, he can't be completely wrong. Like tonally and gameplay-wise, it must speak to those games somewhat, at least. You know, so if those kind of games are banging, then I think God of War is going to be super good. I'm hoping it's going to be super good. I think like, you know, when you just get a good feeling about a game and you're just kind of sure you're going to love it. I think this is one of those.
I get those with I get those rarely, and I got it with the first reboot of Tomb Raider, called Tomb Raider. That was really good. That was a good game. I mean, I wasn't like super excited, but I knew it was going to be a good game. Like sometimes you can just tell it's going to be good. Like the animations, the graphics, like the gameplay. It's just, you know, it's that was one of the games. I don't know if I think I thought about that with For Honor. Like I knew it was going to be a good game.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that last week, right? It was the first time for ages you were excited to come home after work and play For Honor.
Yeah, like I hadn't felt that in so many years.
It was good while it lasted. Yeah, I got like a good 40 hours of that game. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still playing it, so.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to play with you soon.
Do you want to play it tonight?
Sure. Yeah. I'm down.
Not relevant to the podcast.
I mean, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Yeah, not relevant. Everything's relevant to the podcast, man. It's our podcast.
I've got to have dinner, so you know.
Yeah, no. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be now. It could be. I've got.
Fuji?
I don't. I'm not going to work tomorrow, so.
Oh, baby.
So it doesn't matter when. Yeah, I don't work Fridays anymore. So.
Cool. Alright, well that's good. So God of War, yeah, I'm super excited.
So yeah, God of War. I will definitely pick it up because it'll be the first God of War game I actually play. And it will be on PS4, which I now have, and just looking forward to it. Really, like it looks a bit. As I said, I don't want the comment to be press X, even
to trade.
I didn't want it to be like spam X, you know. So, yeah. Okay, so is there anything else you want to say?
Hurts my face.
Is there anything else you want to say about God of War before we move on?
No, fuck it. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. Really,
cool.
But I'm just super excited for no reason.
So last couple things, which we don't really have time for, but just something to mention, is so Fortnite has a new grenade. It's called It's called what?
Fuck off. Fortnite has a new grenade.
No. This is why. No. It's not like. It's not like.
Warframe has a new suit. World of Warcraft has a new mount.
No. This is more relevant. I'll tell you why. Because one, Fortnite is one of the biggest games around right now, and two, in Fortnite, you cannot win by shooting alone. You can only win by if you have skill of building and shooting. You have to do both in order to win. There's no game where you can shoot your way or build your way only out of like to win. You have to do both, right?
I guarantee you that's not true. I bet someone, fucking Ninja or some shit, has won games where he's done nothing but shoot.
Oh my days, that would be a really cool like challenge. I'll tweet him.
Someone's out of all the millions.
No. I'll tweet him. I'll be like, hey, challenge mode.
Yeah, I did that 4 times 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah,
in a row.
I'll be like, yeah, I'm your biggest fan, by the way. I didn't see those episodes though. I didn't see the streams. So Portal 4 is a grenade where so it's a little bit of like the community's sort of a bit broken up about this one because
I can tell what it's going to do already.
Because when there's a skill cap in a game, and I'm not saying that the build, you know, like I am saying building requires skill because you need to. It's not just like build a one wall in front of you and you're safe. It's people can build like 3 or 4 walls around them and a staircase, right? In like a second, like it's a muscle memory to them. They can like click, and they've got the 4 walls, they've got stairs, and they do that again and again and again until it's like built like fairly high, and they have the height over you and they can see and whatever. So people do that, and people do all sorts of like weird forts. They have their own preferences. Portal fort is a grenade where when you throw it, builds a fort, and this is like roof and everything, window, whatever, automatically, instantly when you throw the grenade. I don't know how rare it is, but I assume it's for the people who just are not good at building and they're
Like
going to have,
me.
they're going to have these grenades.
I mean, I played 2 games.
But like someone like Ninja or someone who plays it often, they're not going to have that. That's that to them that's slower than building what they want to build real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice sort of new item for new players, which I think is pretty good. But also, it doesn't encourage people to build build themselves.
Well, if it's rare, it does, right?
But that's the thing. I don't know if it is rare. If it's rare, I thought it was going to be like a super huge like. Actually, now that I think about it, I think the rarity might determine how big the fort is built.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
There was an image where there was like 4 massive like corners of a fort. It was like a huge castle. But that was just that could have been just been like marketing material to show off like the legendary Port of Fort grenade versus like because I saw a streamer throw it like a normal one and it just built like a one like unit sort of like 3-story or 3 stacked high sort of like tower. And it wasn't that. It wasn't
this
that.
outside.
You can use it anywhere.
Like, what happens if you chuck it in a house?
That's really funny.
It's like Whale Lord coming out of a Pokeball, right? You throw a Pokeball and suddenly this like 40-meter long fucking whale just appears and crushes everything in the vicinity. And it's the same with this. Like you chuck it underneath your feet and suddenly there's a house on top of you. And the house you threw it inside is also crushed and everyone else dies.
I really want to see an animation of a whale just. It's Whale Lord, sorry.
Whale Lord.
A whale lord coming
like
out of a
whale.
small Pokeball.
Yeah. Like, how do you feasibly...
Like, you go home and your mum's like,
water.
Tom, what did you catch today? You're like, Mum, I caught a whale lord. She's like, get out the house! Get out!
It's not even that. Like one day you're just fishing and you catch a whale mer, right? Which is reasonable size. You could get that in a house. And then one day you're just like playing football with it and it just starts evolving in your back garden. In your little back pond, and suddenly it just destroys your.
You take out your Game Boy and you tap B so it doesn't evolve.
Yeah. Or you just shoot it as it's.
You have to like hug the Pokemon and say, "I love you, Wilma. I never want you to evolve," and then it won't evolve.
No, it's like, Willie, I love you so much. You kill it before it evolves. You have to put it down to save your family.
Yeah, man, that's what you got to do. That's horrible.
Poor Willy
and the last thing I wanted to say is Overwatch is getting a new mode called Retribution mode. I think it's like Horde mode. I think it's like players versus like a Horde type mode. I thought they already had something like that. Like there was an event where like you could do something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like a week long.
Okay, well this is I don't know if it's oh you know what Retribution mode is 20 days long. So it's another event, but everyone's looking like super smart. Like everyone's got like a super smart like suit as a skin or something.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Like there was some marketing material for that, so that was interesting. I don't play Overwatch. I hate Overwatch, but I might try it out. We'll see.
Man hates Overwatch, but man's gonna try it out. That's like saying man hates Marmite, but I'm gonna fucking put some on my face and lick it.
Yeah. Right. Alright, cool. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we end?
Free my man witness. Free my man shook one.
You got brothers in jail, yeah?
Get my
you
boys
got, you got brothers in the pen.
Fam. They ain't done nothing. 2 to 10 in the pen, yeah. They ain't done no crime.
Yeah. Didn't do nothing.
Man just like sold a bit of weed, you know.
Do you remember when I told you about I don't know if I sent you it. I must have sent you it. It was a video of a policeman talking to this. 2 policemen were talking to this man, this young man, and then this other random guy, clearly like doesn't have a full-time job, just sort of like, you know, like.
How do you tell that?
I don't know. He seems like he's not going anywhere in life. Like he's just some random like guy who like he's like roams the streets, right? Anyway, so this chav or whatever like comes up, and he's like. And he tries to like defend the guy who the 2 policemen are talking to.
Yeah.
And so the no life guy like walks up. He's like, "No, fam, no, like he didn't do nothing. No, man, I was with him like all last night. Like he didn't do nothing. Like no, he's safe. My guy's safe." And I was like, "Oh, legit, like trying to help someone out. That's pretty cool."
Big man.
The policeman they turn to him and say he's actually reporting a crime. And then the guy just switches. He's like, "No, you're a snitch, fam. You're rude. No," and he like runs away.
He runs away.
It's just amazing because like he goes from defending him and like lying to the police
Instantly.
to just you're a snitch, fam. You're a snitch. It's so good. That's one of my favorite videos. I gotta
Like
find it.
Crab walks away.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny. Anyway, off topic, but hey, that's funny. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for coming along. Tom, thanks for being on the podcast. There are all our
Always, baby.
socials below. We're more active on Twitter and we're more active on YouTube and SoundCloud. We're going to do some more Instagram stuff soon. We just got to think of like sort of what we want to really do on that platform, as it's quite different to all the other ones.
Follow for follow, lol. No.
We got we other than the podcast, we do like sort of on our YouTube channel we have a couple like funny animations based off of like extracts from the podcast. We've got 2 out at the moment. I'm sure there'll be more out soon. Feel free to check them out.
They're good.
There should be some more coming soon. And also we have soon, hopefully, some like gaming articles coming up that Tom is going to be writing, and they're going to be like, you know, fairly interesting topics. They're not going to be sort of like the generic, hey, I think this game sucks. Here's why. Well, there might be. I don't know, but
look, man.
I like to think that your topics are quite interesting, like the one about creative gaming. You know.
Oh yeah.
What I mean is, it won't be like clickbait where you just say something like you tweet or like I don't know, you write the title as like I don't know, Fortnite player wins no hands, but then your article just says like it's like a picture of like one person with like gloves on, and he's like, it's not actually touching the keyboard.
No, I'm an English student, so I'm out here trying to like think deep, you know, deeply. I'm out here trying to
I'll cheer.
Explore concepts and explore themes and ludo narrative and
When can we expect? When can we
pull
expect
from my ass.
the first article?
Where or when?
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 Where?
Well, in order to commission an article from me, you have to go to your bathroom or whichever room in your house has a mirror, and you have to say, Thomas, 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 in that exact cadence 3 times into your mirror, and after that utterance I will appear behind you in a puff of smoke, and I'll kill you, because that's a sacrifice you must make, and then I'll write an article.
No, you appear through the smoke, and you throw a Pokeball, and you disappear, and then a whale lord just explodes, and it kills you.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty effective assassination.
You know how Pikachu says Pika, and and Pokemon say name. What does Wailord say?
Well, I can actually do a perfect rendition of Wailord's cry. It comes at the ball when it goes, and then kills everyone. In a 40
Does it not say Wailord?
It's not. It can't speak.
Does it not just say Wailord?
Wailord.
No,
it doesn't just say Wailord.
Wailord.
It makes a whale noise, like it's a whale. It's the Lord of Wales.
You know, Jake can do a really good coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, that's like one of his best Pokemon. Like
I can do Psyduck.
Should we just have? All right, next podcast we're only going to do Pokemon impressions.
Yeah. There's a lot of them these days. We can get an hour out of that. We can get multiple hours out of that.
We could.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next podcast. If me and Tom do play something, we might stream it, we might not. But hey, you know, look, you can. But we can. We'll definitely be with the podcast next week or something like that. We'll discuss when we want to do it. But again, thanks for watching. It's been PressX Podcast, PressXtoTrade. My name's Sachin. That's Tom, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Warlord.
Ich liebe dich.
Warlord.
Warlord.